Yo, hello everyone. Today we're going to analyze the Prigozhin situation in Russia. Now, it's nonsense, the whole war. Of course, war is nonsense because humanity should transcend it from the old tribalism ways. But you have to see reality as it is. And Prigozhin right now is, I don't know if he's serious, He has to be now because Putin now sees him as a threat. So he's looking at a hard road ahead because he just showed all his cards before the time to do so. In a coup, you want to silently take power, and then you reveal it to the public once it's all said and done. You don't want to reveal your ambitions before the time that you have all your ducks in a row. And that's the problem of Prigozhin, whatever the hell his name is. Because Putin has his special guard, is like his national guard, a couple 100,000 soldiers. He still has other forces in the country. So, from what I heard, they locked down Rostov, like the key points out of the city were shut down. So I don't know what his plan is. It seems like it's going to be a hard... this is great for Ukraine, though. Great, because this is a huge distraction from the battlefield. So Russia is going to have to pull frontline forces back to fight Prigozhin, potentially. I don't know if that's the case, of course. So that means Ukraine is going to be having great odds on their offensive campaign, on their counter-offensive campaign. I'm not even sure why even recording this damn article. Putin vows to stop rebellion as Wagner mercenaries seize military sites. It's going to be tough. From what I hear, Rostov is a key regional headquarters for the Russian invasion. Russian President Vladimir Putin, citing a threat to his nation, said he had ordered the military to squash the rebellion led by Wagner. Or is it Wagner? Wagner? Is it like German? Wagner. Boss Yevgeny Prigozhin. Prigozhin claimed early Saturday to have taken control of the Russian military command base in Rostov. That was a mistake. To take power, you want to do it silently. Now Putin is raising all the alarms. He has his National Guard. He has other forces. And what does Prigozhin have? 25 to 50,000, elite military forces and a lot of equipment. But I believe Putin's forces outnumbers him. But this is great for Ukraine, like I said. This is great news, okay? This is great news. It's not great news for Prigozhin. It's not even great news for Putin because this is an embarrassment that he has to put down this force here. But perhaps there's a small chance. Okay, let's look at another angle here because you have to look at all the angles. That's important. Look at all the angles. Maybe it's a distraction. Maybe Putin is in on it and they're pretending like, oh yeah, they're having this internal struggle, There's potential civil war. Meanwhile, they're prepared to counter the counteroffensive and strike Ukraine hard. That's a possibility. You can't take it off the table. So Ukraine should be keeping an eye on what the Russian forces are doing. That's for sure. See, Putin vows tough action against armed rebellion without naming Prigozhin. Okay. Very interesting. Oh, but this is interesting. Look, 8 minutes ago, I'm not sure, it might be 8 minutes, a couple hours ago, but Russia's version of Facebook announced that it blocked the Wagner mercenary group's page at the request of the government internet regulator. But the group's pages were still visible on Telegram, a popular messaging and news tracking application. Interesting. Let's see what else is out there, if there's any new news on it. Otherwise, we'll just end this video here. Putin accuses Wagner chief of stoking armed rebellion. Live updates. Let's check this out. Yeah, Wagner chief has refused to surrender and called Putin deeply mistaken following the Russian president's address, describing his actions as betrayal. Well, Prigozhin, if I were Prigozhin, I wouldn't have done that, okay, first off. But now, you're already knee-deep in it. So, you might as well maybe talk with Ukraine, Zelensky, and be like, you know, if if you can't squash Putin, if you can't take over, have a nice battle. Hopefully, you can, defeat Putin's forces. Maybe they're all cowards. Maybe they're unprepared. Even though Putin's forces outnumber him, his National Guard, being called up and everything, they're not elite forces. They're not seasoned. They're more likely to run away. They're more likely to not want to serve. So we'll see how that turns out. Just because on paper Putin has all these numbers to call up doesn't mean it's going to count for anything. Okay? That's the analysis here. Accused Russia's military leadership of killing a huge amount of its mercenary forces in a strike on Wagner camp. Well, Putin was dumb to even count on a mercenary group. Why not just put everything under your umbrella, under your military armed forces? Why are you going to set up a mercenary group? I mean, it kind of makes sense in some ways because you can utilize it to go to other countries and kind of like impose your will, but you have to counterbalance it with your own interests of, is it a threat? And all right, we're not going to dig into that right now, but Russian governor appeals to Prigozhin to abandon his plans. Well, he's already knee deep on this. He's stuck. Okay, you can't just be like, okay, we're friends now. Let's go back to war with Ukraine, because Putin is going to arrest him. Putin is going to get him. So you can't just turn his back. You're not friends anymore. It's over. It's finished. So now the time is for him to make hard decisions. He already messed up his plan. He already messed up his prospects. So now he has to resort to cunning maneuvers to get through it. So we'll see how that turns out. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but we will see. It's very interesting. It's very entertaining, I got to say. Very entertaining. Russia on Russia. Funny. Well, that is it for now. So I'm going to upload this video. I'm going to post it on Twitter. I'm going to communicate my analysis. So thank you for watching. Please do subscribe and everything. And I will post more analysis in the future. Thank you.